Hey, welcome to this video about premature ejaculation. This is a very positive video because I have to tell you guys, if you have this problem, if you have a problem with premature ejaculation, it's a problem that can be solved because it's a problem that is 80 or 90% a problem of your mind. It's right here. It's not a problem of your penis, it's not a problem of your body, it's not something that you don't know what it is. It is your mind that doesn't let you actually control your ejaculation. So I'm going to go through some steps here about what are the reasons, and then I'm going to give you some things that you can do to help you overcome this problem and solve it, because it is solvable. So there's 3 things that you have to master, which is your mind, your body, and your emotions. Because the main reason why you have premature ejaculations are negative thoughts and negative emotions. Emotions of fear, emotions of tension, emotions of over-anxiety, getting ahead of yourself. These things will get you to have premature ejaculation, and these are the reasons why it happens. It is the state of your mind what affects your premature ejaculation, and having the emotional intelligence to know how to control your emotions, or how to manage your emotions, is what's going to give you the clues, and it's going to give you the solution to this problem. And I have this question many times asked: hey Charlie, but my penis is oversensitive. Okay, your penis is not your reason for premature ejaculation. It's not. If you're not circumcised, if you have the skin covering your gland, your gland skin might be a bit more sensitive, and because it's softer, it's covered, so it's softer skin than compared to if you are circumcised. But that is not the reason for premature ejaculation. There's millions of people who are not circumcised who do not have this problem. So that is not the issue. The issue is your mind. And I'm going to give you a tip later on in case you have that issue and you want to solve it. Okay, I'm going to give you a tip later on. One thing that I don't recommend is to use numbing creams. Numbing creams, you're missing out on the experience. So it's like lowering the intensity of things, and I don't think it's a solution. That is not the solution. Also, antidepressants. There's people who get the antidepressant pills, which are for depressions. What they do is it's sort of like make you happy. It's their main ingredient is serotonin, and what does is that it makes you happy. And it's made for you to not have emotions, like sort of like lower your emotions. Again, premature ejaculation has so much to do with emotions, and it's the way it's done. I don't think it's the solution either, because you're treating a problem with something that doesn't solve the problem itself, and actually gives you other problems. So it's actually better to know how to control your emotion, how to manage your emotion. There's natural pills and natural ingredients that are in Mother Nature that you can use. In this course, there's a guide on natural ingredients and natural things you can take to have more stamina and to have avoid premature ejaculation. You can check that out and maybe try some of them. That can help. And it's natural. At the end, anything that's natural is good. Now let's talk about the body, the importance of the body in premature ejaculation. The better your fitness is, the more fit you are, the better for your premature ejaculation. Being fit is key. Having control of your body, because when you're fit, you have muscle tone and you're strong, you have much better control of your body. And having a control of your body also helps, because you're going to be able to control your breathing, you're going to be able to not get over anxious so fast, or your heart rate is not going to go up so fast. When your heart rate goes up, you lose control. So exercising regularly is a must if you have premature ejaculation. The next thing is having a strong pelvic floor. Having a strong PC muscle, the muscle that controls ejaculation, is very, very important in order to control and be able not to have this premature ejaculation. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. Now, like I said before, if you're not circumcised, and you say that you are oversensitive, one thing that you can do when you dress up and you put your underwear, what you can do is you can pull back that skin and leave it back when you're in your normal day. Pull it back and have it rubbing against your underwear. Sometimes it will go forward, but pulling it back, what's going to do is going to make that skin harder, and it's going to make your penis head less sensitive because that skin is going to get rougher. Okay, so that's a trick that you can do without having to be circumcised. Do that every day and you will see, you'll notice that. The most important thing you can do though, it's learning how to breathe. Breathing is gonna really help you with premature ejaculation, because breathing is gonna control your emotions and is gonna control your body. Now, on a normal day, we breathe very shallow. When we are used to breathe very shallow. We need to learn how to breathe from our belly. Okay, what we have to do is to take deep breaths, inflating our belly first and then going to our lungs. Taking long breaths and deep breaths and then exposing it and then doing it again. Do this every day for 10 minutes. Learn how to make deep breaths, because that's going to really help you when you're there having sex. Learning and controlling your breaths is going to really help you. Learning how to breathe is going to slow down your heart rate. Slowing down your heart rate is going to help you control your emotions, because when your heart rate goes up, you start to lose control over the emotions and over what you can do with your body. So it's very important to learn how to breathe. Breathing will also control your muscle tension. Muscle tension is what triggers premature ejaculation. Muscle tension is what triggers ejaculation. So if your body is tense, the possibilities of you ejaculating too early are a lot higher. So learning how to breathe, to have less body tension and muscle tension is going to really help you. Learning how to be in that state of mind where there's relaxation and calmness. Doing meditation can help you as well to do that with the breathing, meditation, mindfulness, anything of that is really helpful. You can also do massage. Massage is a great way to relax your body. So getting a massage a week is also very helpful for relaxing the body. You can do this with your couple as well. You can interchange massages if you have a couple. Now, 2 body exercises that I recommend you to do. The first one is doing Kegel exercises. As I said before, learning how to strengthen your PC muscle. The PC muscle, first you have to localize it. How do you localize the PC muscle? You go to the toilet. When you go to pee, what you're going to do, you're going to start peeing and you're going to stop it. You're going to hold it. That muscle that holds your pee is the PC muscle. Now, that's not the exercise, okay? That's just to localize it. Once you know where it is, you have done it a few times and say, okay, I know how it feels. Now you do the exercises with your empty bladder, okay? Because you don't have to be stopping pee all the time, and that's not the way to do it. As I said, there's a video on Kegel exercises in this course. You can do them sitting, you can do them laying on the bed, whatever you want. Actually, you can do them anywhere because nobody's going to notice them, okay? So you can do it in the bus while you go to work. Now, the basic one is like this. You're going to do this 10 times every day. You're going to go 3 seconds, you're going to strengthen, you're going to flinch your PC muscle, you're going to squeeze it, you're going to leave it there for 3 seconds, and then you're going to relax it for 3 seconds. So you're going to do this all the time. 3 seconds, squeeze, maintain for 3 seconds, let it loose for 3 seconds. Squeeze 3 seconds, leave it there for 3 seconds, let it loose for 3 seconds. Do this 10 times a day, 3 times a day. So the exercise is 3 times a day, and what you do is the 3 seconds 10 times, one after the other. All right. In total, you're doing 30 exercises every single day. What you're going to do, you're going to increase the number of times, the repetitions. Okay. So you're doing 3 times, 10 times, 3 times a day. Now you're going to do 5 squeezes, 10 times, 3 times a day. Okay, and then you go up 7 squeezes for 10 times, 3 times a day, and until 10 times. Okay, 10 times, 10 times, 3 times a day. That's how you increase. The stronger it feels, you can increase it up. Again, in that video goes more into detail, but this is a must if you have premature ejaculation. Now, the second thing that you can do is masturbating and getting close to the point of no return. The point of no return is when ejaculation comes out. Okay, is that point we feel that the ejaculation is coming. Okay, we don't get to that point. We get a little earlier. Once you start feeling that sensation that starts to itch, sort of like that ejaculation might be close, we stop. So you're gonna masturbate, you're gonna get some oil because you're gonna do this for 20 minutes. Lay in bed or whatever you wanna do, lay in bed, get some oil and masturbate. Go close to that point of no return. When you feel that, stop. And then you do it again. And do this for 20 minutes. Now this is very important because that's gonna let That's going to teach you where your limits are. It's going to teach you how to stop, to control your ejaculation, to control your body, to know, to be conscious about your points of no return, your situation, and when it's about to come, to be able to stop. Actually, it helps you control your emotions, control that anxiety of having to have the orgasm, okay? Learning how to hold it and say, okay, I'm going to stop, and then I'll keep on going. So let me talk to you about the mind. The mind is the key to solve this problem, because everything starts in your mind. Your mind is what triggers the emotions that don't let you control ejaculation. Now, your mind, what's going to happen, your mind works in a very, very unconscious way. Now your mind, you're going to be in the situation of having sex, and your mind is going to recall all those situations where you had premature ejaculation. So your mind is going to say, I'm having sex and I'm going to have premature ejaculation. That it's very unconscious. You don't do this consciously, it happens. So what happens, it triggers all these emotions of automatically your mind goes, I'm in this situation. It's like when you are in the danger situation. Everything is automatic. It triggers automatically, unconsciously. Danger, you have to run, or you have to do whatever you have to do. This is the same. You're in a situation where you have had the experiences of having premature ejaculation. Your mind knows it, so now you start to feel anxiety, you start to feel fear, you start to feel tension. So what happens, the amygdala, which is inside your brain, is going to send all these signals to your body, and what's going to happen is that your body is going to react to that emotion. You're going to have increased heart rate, you're going to have more dopamine, you're going to start to sweat. What happens is that you're not going to be able to control those emotions. You're not going to be able, in that situation, you're not going to be able, because you're going to be totally out of control with your body. Heart rate goes up, everything, you're going to be in a situation of run and hide. So you're going to lose it. You're going to ejaculate, for sure. And that's why emotional intelligence is so important here. Learning to control that emotion, saying, okay, I'm having this emotion, I'm having sex, and I start to feel that anxiety. Learning how to control that anxiety, to control that tension, that's the key for solving the problem. Before you get the heart rate and you get all that, because once you get that, you're gone. It's impossible to control it. It's learning how to manage the emotions so that the emotion doesn't control you. That's at the end what you're trying to do here. Now, some mental exercises that you can do to control the situation. One of the best ones is visualization. Visualizing yourself in the situation, your mind doesn't know what's reality and what's not. Your mind doesn't differentiate. So visualizing yourself having sex for 30 minutes, it's going to help you. I know you might say, whoa, yes, you have to do it long enough, and it's a process. It's not automatic. This is not the problem that you solve in one day. But the more visualizations you do about yourself having sex for a long period of time, visualizing yourself as a strong sexual lover, someone that has a very strong heart-on that controls everything in every moment when you're having sex, if you repeat that yourself over and over mentally with a woman, if it's your wife, if not with whoever, repeat that to yourself mentally. Close your eyes and go through that visualization. Say, I'm having this, and I see you in the situation of a girl on her floor, and one of the things that excite you the most or whatever, and imagine yourself doing it. That's going to really help you. Visualizing yourself, meditating about it. Once you've done visualizations, it's time to practice on your own. And I recommend to do this. This is one of my recommendations, is to do it on your own. How you can do it on your own? Okay, you're going to go buy one of those artificial vaginas. Yes, you're going to buy one of them, and you just look it up in the internet. There's thousands of models. Whatever you want to buy, that's fine. These are made out of silicone, and they resemble a vagina. They look like a vagina, and they feel almost like a vagina. I mean, not compared, but it's a very nice sensation, okay? Very similar, very pleasurable sensation. So, you're going to get one of those. You need to get a lot of lube with them, and you're going to practice with them. You're going to practice with them. And what you're going to do, you're going to do these visualizations, you're going to imagine yourself, and then you're going to do it with the thing. And what you're going to do is you're going to be focusing on yourself. The good way of doing this without a person, because normally if we are with another person, if it's your wife, it's a little bit easier because there's more connection, there's more intimacy. But if it's not you, if you don't have a partner, it's more difficult because you're with someone that you know and you want to perform, and you're already, before you go there, you're anxious. So if you practice makes perfect, and practice makes you control things. So you're going to get one of those and you're going to start having sex with it, or introduce your penis in there, and you're going to start having sex. And you're going to be controlling yourself. You're going to be thinking about you. You're going to be thinking about what you're feeling, the sensations you have. And when you start feeling that sensation of anxiety, of like it's coming, you're going to control your breathing. You're going to focus on your breathing. You're going to take deep breaths and control and think about your breathing. This is a way to practice, okay? It doesn't mean that when you're with a person, you're going to have to be thinking about breathing, because when you're having sex, you want to be with the person, not thinking about your breathing. But it's a practice, okay? The more you practice this, with time, it will be automatic, and you're going to start breathing automatic, and you will feel that you have more control. It's a matter of practice. It's a matter of getting an old belief, an old habit that you have in your mind, is a pattern of thought, change it for a new one. So you're going to focus on breathing, and you're going to focus on your sensations, the emotions you're feeling. It's like if you get out of yourself. Imagine you get out of yourself and you're looking at yourself doing it. And actually say, hey, look at him. He's feeling anxious. He's feeling tension. He's feeling fear of ejaculating too early. It doesn't matter if it happens. If it happens, you're there and you're on your own. So get out of yourself and observe your emotions. Observe what you're feeling, so that you can actually manage it. Because when when you're having sex and suddenly this fear comes and this emotion starts, and now your heart rate starts to go up, and you start to say, oh, I'm coming. Now you're going to start breathing, and you're going to go, okay, I'm going to breathe, and I'm going to control this, and I'm going to stop a little bit. You stop, and then you keep going again, and you stop before you get to that point of no return, and you keep going again. And the more you practice this, the easier it will be for you to actually control this and actually overcome this problem. Now, I recommend to do this with this artificial vagina because it's a great way to practice. It's a matter of enjoying the ride. Now, the next thing is to do this with a person, of course. Practice with someone. If you have a wife, it's a lot easier because she'll be much more understanding, and it's a lot easier to actually do this. If not, even though you have to face it, because any fear, it's only overcome when you face it in real life. So you have to face it. Go and have sex with someone, and go there with the attitude of, I'm going to enjoy this. That's the attitude. And you're not going to worry about the outcome. You're just going to enjoy the ride. Because one of the things that trigger anxiety is that you're thinking about the outcome before you actually are even there. So instead of thinking about what may happen, enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy that moment. Enjoy that sexual encounter. And you're gonna do the same. You're gonna go and start, and if anything like that comes, starts to breathe, you start to breathe, and very deep. What you're gonna do, if you feel like it's coming, stop. One great way to do this is you stop and you start doing oral sex, for example. You take your penis out and you do oral sex. The more you practice all these things, the more you're gonna control yourself. Do oral sex for a little bit, then start penetrating again, and so on. That's the way to do it, and that's the way to overcome it. It's not fast, it's not automatic, but you will solve it for the rest of your life. You're not going to have to take any pills and take any creams and things like that. You can do this. Anybody can do this. It's a matter of controlling your emotions, managing your emotions. Things that you can do, of course, if you use a condom, your penis is not going to be so sensitive. If you have the problem, you probably have seen that before, you've tried that before. Using a condom can help because you're not so sensitive. Of course, masturbating before having sex helps, but again, it's not the solution. It's like putting a little band-aid on the problem. If you want to solve it, you have to do this through your emotions through your mental control. And finally, just a few tips. And address this issue as a challenge. Don't address it as a problem. Don't address it with that attitude of, oh, I have a problem, and feeling sorry for yourself, and, oh, this is so difficult. If you go with that attitude, it's difficult to overcome any problem. If you go as a challenge and say, okay, I'm going to overcome this because this is not going to be stronger than me, with that attitude of positiveness and wanting to overcome it, it's a lot different. So address it as a challenge, as something that, okay, this is difficult, but I'm going to do it because I can do it. That's the attitude you should have. And of course, if you have a couple, it's going to be a lot easier. If you have a couple, make sure that she understands, you talk about it. She's going to be comprehensive. If she loves you, of course, she's going to be comprehensive. You have that intimacy, and it's going to be easier to overcome this problem. She can go with you through the exercises, and it's a great thing to do together. So this is it for this video. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you in the next one.